getting got to early and then figuring it out just feels so much better than having one good go through the lineup and then just getting smoked like they found you. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, but the only reason I'm going to go devil's advocate on you here is because it's Luis Castillo and because of how jarring it was that they got to him. Like, considering how the Red Sox had played, they scored 1 run Sunday, 1 run Monday, and then they put up 3 before recording an out, I believe, in the first inning. So I couldn't believe that. They topped their combined run total from Sunday and Monday before recording an out on Tuesday against Luis Castillo. And it's not like it's the name, but a crappy start to the season. This dude's been nails. He's been your typical ace pitcher. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, without looking at the box score, if you had asked me what Castillo did on Tuesday in game 2, I would have said like 7 earned, 10 hits. Like, it feels like it was way worse than it actually was.
Even when he found it and contained them, it was like, oh, dude, like, we already cracked you open.
Yeah, we already got you, so it doesn't even matter,
It's almost like we got 3 off Castillo, so now it's like, it's whatever. Like, if you stay in for 6, we still got 3 off Castillo. If you stay in for 7, there's still 3 off Castillo.
They got 4 on him in the first inning. I know 3 before recording it out, but 4
4
runs in the first, couple of bombs. They end up putting up 3 more in the 5th because that's typical stat line for an ace. Maybe not the 5th inning there, but that 4, typical stat line of like when you actually get them. 4 in the first, second shutout, third shutout, fourth shutout, and then they tacked a couple on there and knocked him out of the game. But with Pivetta, sticking with Pivetta here, I can't emphasize enough, and we've already talked about this, but I still cannot believe he said what he said to Castillo.
You want to just do it again? You want to do the whole segment again? I'm fine with it because I'm thinking it too, because it is crazy that he said it.
I think it's okay to resurface it because of how quick this happened.
It did happen like a week later. Yeah,
it was like a week later. Like, I gotta pull it up.
Dude, him saying what's so funny is like Chris said, like, do you view these next few as auditions? And like the answer kind of was no, they weren't, because he's already going to the bullpen. You know what I mean? It's like I think maybe 2 or 3 starts too late. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not even, I mean, Heim more than anybody else, maybe on the planet, cares about advanced stats. I mean, the Ryan Brazier stayed here until, the cows came home because of his advanced metrics and whatever. And if you want to see a Savant page that is shocking, I would suggest checking out one Nicholas Pivetta, because those numbers, I mean, I don't think there's any results that he could have gotten over 2 or 3 or 5 starts that would negate those like advanced metrics that are sure. I'm like, what really landed him in the bullpen?
No, it's tough. And I know that Pivetta's had some big moments in the pen. Everyone points to what he did against the Rays. He got the last strikeout against the Nationals as the Red Sox clinched a wild card spot and would go on to get 2 wins away from the World Series in 2021. In his career in the bullpen, 22 outings. What do you think his ERA is? His career bullpen ERA.
Career bullpen ERA, 22 outings?
22 outings, 32 and a third innings pitched.
3.91.
6.12. He's got a 6.12 bullpen ERA. So we'll see what happens. We're not going to just redo the segment we already did, but at its base, at its core, Pivetta saying what he said to Castillo, I will never forget. It is one of the most bizarre quotes considering the circumstances, to say you don't understand the question, to say you're going to continue to start this year, through the year, into next year, when you're well aware
the year after his free agency.
The year after, yeah, he's gonna start for the Red Sox for the next 10 seasons. And Nick's fine, that's what he's gonna do. And I understand when you're a starter and the majority of your pitching outings in your major league career have been starts, you're not gonna want to go to the bullpen. I got sympathy for it, Joe. I got sympathy for it. What I don't have sympathy for is the current situation the Red Sox are in, and the situation Nick Pivetta is in, and him acting completely oblivious to the fact that he was very likely about to go to the bullpen. Now he is going to the bullpen, and it's like, no one in that I don't think any media people. I don't think Castillo's going to say it. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be like, "Told you so." But it's gonna be. It's already.
But wouldn't it kind of be great if he's the first guy
be,
at
but
his
he's not
locker?
gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
No, he wouldn't. No, that's like super unprofessional. Chris wouldn't do that. He's the most professional person I know.
Chris got the W. Chris got the W already. Castillo already got the W. He doesn't have to. What upset
me about the Nick thing is like it gave off this air of like, well, it couldn't possibly be me. I know somebody has to go to the bullpen, and it's obviously not going to be me. I know that our rotation is currently 3 proven long-term veterans, a prospect who rookie who like is slated to be the next ace of this team, and then the reliever who they are desperate to turn into a starter who they gave a contract to already. But no, I'm definitely staying in over at least one of those guys. That's what is ignorant to me. It's like, how could it possibly be me? That's what it felt like. I don't know. And now it's him and whatever. Now I feel like I'm like rubbing it in a little too hard, but it's just it's the wrong energy to bring. And I'm glad that like, I hope this is a humbling experience and also a motivating one. I don't know if it will be.
I'm not calling out Sox Twitter at all right now, but I'm seeing a lot of the reaction is like, oh, he's saying all the right things now. Let's see how he should have said all the right things before. He should have already been saying all the right things instead of now when you're definitively in the bullpen saying the better I do out of the bullpen, the more I can help this team win and move us towards our overall goal of winning the World Series. I think that's what's most important. He's deflecting now, which is do your thing, Nick. Wow. Do your thing. But that's not what you were saying a week ago.
He said, do my best, help the team win World Series. Yeah. You know what that sounds a lot like?
What's that?
Hey, Nick, here's 3 bullet points to hit the next time you talk to the media.
It does.
That's what that sounds like. So, he's saying the right thing because he spoke his mind, and then somebody went up to him and was like, hey, Nick, here's what we're going to say next time, brother. So,
it does feel like that. Another quote from Pivetta after finding out who's going to the pen. I'm going to focus on helping the team achieve our goals. I'm going to go out there and do my job and throw up zeros and help this team win. Joey, just a week ago in your fake answer, that's exactly what you said.
That's it.
That is literally all he would have had to say in the question with Castillo and to reporters. And I code all this with I've been a Pivetta guy. All right. I've been pro Pivetta. So I'm just calling it how I see it here, where he's handled this terribly. And now, hey, if we want to start level here, if we want to start at 0 and whatever, it's clean slate. He's got a 0 bullpen ERA this year. Fine. But you know Nick Pivetta. I know Nick Pivetta. From what we've seen, from what we've heard from folks, he is as pissed off as anyone can be right now that he is going to be in the bullpen. Nick Pivetta needing to walk out there with the other dudes in the pen and wear the coat because it's still cool at Fenway before it actually gets hot in June and July, and sit down on that bench out there and, fiddle your thumb, whatever. You get pee in the bullpen bathroom. Just try to kill time. He's going to hate every second of that. Not knowing when you're coming in. It's a lot different not knowing when you're coming in May than not knowing when you're coming in as an October arm in the pen. Those are significantly different. So Nick seeming locked in the 21 playoffs, I know we all mentioned that, not even close to the same of him needing now to lock in after he said he wasn't going to be in the bullpen, and he is only 2 months into the season. Those are different things.
Yeah, I mean, what does your gut say he's going to do?
I don't think it's going to go well.
No,
I don't think, and I'm never like rooting for anything to go poorly for a Sox player. I love the Sox kid, but you look at his savant and it is so chilly. Like, none of this stuff is necessarily going to translate well to the bullpen. We'll talk about Tanner Houck and his 3-inning ERA being like immaculate, and then he gets crushed in the 4th to 6th innings. That would make sense that he'd be in the bullpen, but I know that's a more complicated discussion than just like obviously move him to the pen. With Nick Pivetta, similar to what you mentioned earlier with Kluber, when we were trying to find the odd man out of who's going to go to the pen, these guys would get crushed early. So why would I then think they're going to go to the bullpen and not get crushed early, which is just any bullpen outing is early. It's early and late, very quick in any bullpen outing. And I have a little bit of worry, Joe, that you can call him a multi-inning reliever, but you know who really is a multi-inning reliever? Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck's really that guy. He's really built for it. Nick Pivetta's not. A starter going to the bullpen, by default, Cora and company are going to say he's now the multi-inning guy. But does that fix the problems he's had? Does that fix that he's in the lower 4th percentile in hard hit percentage, average exit velo, expected batting average, barrel percentage? Like, does that fix the fact that he's gotten rocked all year long? No. So I'm just worried, and I don't throw this out lightly. We're not a couple of wusses on here, Joe.
No,
I mentioned it the last couple weeks. I'm concerned about what this means for not just the vibe of the bullpen, but the vibe of the team. Sometimes it only takes one guy that's super pissed off. The ripple effect of that is not fun. And Pivetta, by all accounts, can get pissed off quicker than anyone in baseball. So there's no way that he's pleased right now. And I don't see any scenario. I literally see no scenario where this goes well, but I want to be wrong.